Hi folks, welcome back to the second video in 3.3. And so here we're just going to take a look at two more examples, all right? So first example, Helen plays basketball. For free throws, she makes a shot 75% of the time. Helen must now attempt 2 free throws. And so we're just saying that C is the event that Helen makes the first shot, and D is the event that Helen makes the second shot. And because each time she throws, she has a 75% chance of making it, P of C is 0.75 and P of D is 0.75 as well, okay? So, and they also tell us that the probability that Helen makes the second free throw, given that she made the first, is 0.85. What is the probability that Helen makes both free throws? And so before we answer this question, I want to actually take this sentence right here. The probability that Helen makes the second free throws, given that she makes the first, is 0.85. And I want to turn that into symbols. Okay, so that's like a really important skill for us to think about. Like, how do we read something and then turn it into these symbols that we have? Okay, and so the probability that Helen makes the second throw given the first throw, that's P of D given C, is 0.85, okay? So now we have P of C, P of D, and P of D and C. And the question is asking us, what is the probability that Helen makes both free throws? In other words, she makes probability of C and D, okay? That's really what this question is asking us. All right. And in order to do that, we can go back to that formula that we saw quite a few times in the other video. Probability of D given C is probability of D and C divided by probability of C, okay? And if we plug in the numbers we have, we've got 0.85 equals probability of D and C divided by 0.75. And if I want to get P of D and C together on one side by itself, I just have to take this 0.75 and multiply it to the other side. And so I get probability of D and C. She makes both free throws to be, let's see, 0.85 times 0.75, which equals 0.6375. Okay. So what I like about this problem is it gives us a chance to kind of interpret things, write them in its formula so that not only do we know the formula, but we know how to use it when they give us mostly words. Okay. All right, second example, a school has 200 seniors, of whom 140 will be going to college next year. 40 will be going directly to work, and the rest are taking a gap year. Right? 50 of the seniors are going to college to play sports, 30 of the seniors going directly to work, play sports, 5 of the seniors taking a gap year, play sports. Lots of information here. And what I like about this question is it allows us to kind of dig into like what we want to find, what's actually relevant to our question. So the question is, what is the probability that a senior is taking a gap year? I actually don't care about the sports, right? I don't care about the sports. So I'm going to go ahead and cross that out for this. Okay, you don't have to cross it out, but just kind of like mentally think, oh, it's not really what I have to worry about. But we want to know the probability that a senior is taking a gap year, okay? And in order to do that, let's say probability of G for gap year, we want to know the ones who are taking a gap year divided by the total number of seniors. Okay. And it said that the total number of seniors is 200. Okay. But the number taking a gap year, we don't actually know. But we do know that some are going to college, some are going to work, and some are taking a gap year. So we can say that 200 is equal to the number of students going to college next year, 140, plus the number going directly to work, so 40, plus the number taking the gap year, right? And so we see 140 plus 40 is going to be 180. So 200 equals 180 plus G. And if I want to get G all by itself, I just subtract 180 to both sides, and I see that 20 students are taking a gap year. So that means I put 20 over 200, and that is equal to a probability of 0.1 that a senior is taking a gap year. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions and come on back for the videos in 3.4.